question was, do you believe that the United States fulfilled the promise of racial equality and equal opportunity?
And your group came up with, what was it? It said
Was it yes?
yes.
I'm going to ask you these questions in a true-false format. I want you to answer this way. If the answer is correct, make your arms in a big circle like that. Okay? If the answer is false, X. Okay? Rosa Parks was the secretary of the local NAACP chapter, leader of a youth group, and she had an important history of activism before the boycott. True or false?
Oh.
I said. True or false? This is true. This is false. Okay. It is true. Okay. Most people, when you hear the story of Rosa Parks, you hear about this little old lady who was tired, and she sat down on the bus, and the police officer picked her up. She was 42 years old. That's not old. Yes, it is. Well, she wasn't a little, okay? And she was an activist. She was a very serious activist long before. They were looking for a case like this, okay? And she was the third person that year who sat down on the buses in Montgomery, Alabama to challenge the gay law, okay? She was not tired. She did it deliberately.
What do you notice? What do you notice? What do you wonder? What period has it changed? And is the school ever integrated? Is the school ever integrated?
Susan was interesting. I didn't know it was a big landmark because I used to live around the corner. I actually used to go to school up the street, Spin the Peace, and I never knew this really still existed.
I've been hiding for much too long, 'cause I've been too afraid to let it show. Scared of the judgment that may follow. Always putting off my living for tomorrow.
Us as the young people, we make the future, and we do have to buckle down and stay in school, and school is very important.
It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face.
The question is, do you believe that the United States fulfilled the promise of racial equality and equal opportunity for all people? If you believe that they did not, raise your hand first. Well, someone in your group take a vote, count for us. How many people? If you believe they did not fulfill the promise, raise your hand. $29, so somebody write it up here. Grab a marker and write it in. So at the bottom, how about one of the people whose group it is? 29 for no. If you believe that they did, that the United States, if you believe the United States fulfilled the promise of equal rights and opportunity, racial equality, raise your hand if you believe yes. Okay, I'll take the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why did you vote yes? Support your arguments. Tens.
Okay. At first, we all was like no or whatever, but like I was explaining to him why I thought it was yes, because the question was about, has the United States fulfilled a promise of racial equality and equal opportunities? I've never single-handedly not been able to get a job from the government. I got a summer job every single year, so I can't say that I haven't had an equal opportunity. And maybe when I'm older, I can say that if I've been denied a job because I'm black or because I'm a female, but that hasn't happened to me in my life, in my experiences. And I believe that I had racial equality. I haven't had any racism from the government, the United States of America. When I tried to get my passport, nobody told me no because I was black. So that's why I was explaining to them that right now, in this point in our life, we may not necessarily get racial equality and not be denied for a job at this point in our life. Maybe further on in 10 years, or when you apply for a job from somebody else, or when when you have the degree and that type of thing, and you're trying to get a job outside of working at TBS and all that type of thing.
Okay,
And
sound
so-
argument. It's a good argument, yeah.
What you said, that was based on your experience of getting a job very soon, but not everybody's experience having equality, because most of the time it depends on what you look like and everything. That people just basically say that, oh, he's not qualified to get a job because he dressed like a thug or anything, or if it's somebody that comes in, somebody could come in having looking like Tupac or something like that, but could be smarter than Bill Gates or something like that. But then he ended up getting a job because of his way of thinking, because of the way he dresses. But really it depends on what questions you ask him when it comes to the interview, because most of the time people don't think don't try to find out how smart they are, because they could be smarter than anybody else and they could be the next president or whatever. And it depends on what's in their mind and not what they wearing. So I mean, people look at them as a racial profile about what they're wearing when they don't take the time to find out how smart they are.
Okay, very good.
There's nothing extraordinary about me. I'm a very ordinary person. I had a very challenged background like so many people in the District of Columbia. And I say that simply to say that, one, I commend you for being here when you could be somewhere else. And secondly, take advantage of every opportunity that's before you. Because as people like myself move on, we're going to have to feel comfortable that behind us are young people who are going to take up the mantle of leadership and carry this city forward. Because this city is your city. This government is your government. These schools are your schools, and the families of the future will have to come from you all. And if you all take the challenge, then I can move on in the future feeling comfortable that our future is safe.
Strength, courage, and wisdom is inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside.
Oh, beautiful, for heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, make God thy gold refined, till all success